name like that, there can't be anything possibly that bad with it, right? Wrong. This soulless, decrepit wasteland of place I had the privilege of subjecting myself to recently. My goal was simple. Get in there and give a renewal for my learner's permit. We're just going to pretend that this guy right here is me, alright? Totally is what I actually look like doing it. But so I went in here thinking it was just going to be simple. I was going to walk in, I was going to grab what I need, and I was going to be out within no time. Lo and behold, the first issue I got to was the computer. This thing was so hard to figure out how to use. So I got past the computer, I was feeling pretty proud of myself. Then came the waiting game. The waiting room was a pretty small area with only I'd say maybe 8 seats. This was a pretty small DMV that I was at. And, I was looking for a seat. There was nowhere for me to sit down, so I just kind of stood there. I'm on my phone, and I'm just waiting. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited. It got to the point where I was ready to pull a Kermit. After 3 hours of waiting, my name was finally called, and I was able to get my butt up there and get what I needed done. So I finally get in there, and I sit myself down at the desk, all casual, I'm ready to do all this stuff. Lady comes out, she sits down at the desk as well. She's like, hey, how are you? I respond with, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm just kind of chilling here, I'm ready to get this done. She's like, all right, this will only be a quick second. I just need to ask you a few questions. Is that all right with you? I'm like, yeah, that's fine, In my mind, I was thinking this was going to be simple questions, nothing too crazy. I wasn't going to have to think about anything. But nah, she was asking me all these crazy questions. She wanted to know, how many people were in the house, how much food I was eating a day, where I slept, what kind of cars I had. So I gave her the answers, And then she's like, okay, just a few more questions. And then the phone she has at her desk starts ringing. So I got to sit there and I got to wait while she talks with the guy on the phone who's like, oh, is this where I get the license plate number? And she's like, no, this is the DMV. We don't do the license plate here, but you can try our other office. Then the guy's like, but I don't know where the other office is. Can you point me out to that? She's like, okay, yes, I will do that for you. Just give me a second to get the address for you. So finally, she got the address for the dude, and the dude hung up. And now we're back to, me and just trying to get my freaking permit renewed. We sit there, we talk. We get the questions done. I sign the papers, and I finally get what I need, and I can get my butt on up out of there. The whole reason that I was here in the first place is so I can have identification to catch a flight that I need to get to Illinois. After spending what felt like eternity in this place, I was finally done, and I made my way outside, and that was it, and I was gone.